You know, this is kind of almost like the Mopar version of Run to the Sun. And I'm really happy with the Mopar representation. So you have this Dodge van here, sportsman van. Look at this. This is nice. You kind of have a two-tone black and white, and you have the patina element to it. And you kind of have a checkered, like, not checkered, but you have a striped roof. So that's really, really cool. So this is a sweet Dodge van. Look at those lights too. Just those retro lights. I really like this thing. This is hot. Definitely stay weird. And I wonder if this guy has a rat too. Look at that. So this is definitely somebody who is very much into their classics and into their cars and their rats. We'll see if I can get her from this side. Ooh. Hey, trying to find something for my thumbnail. But anyway, that's a sweet looking Dodge van. I like her. So check out this 1959 Porsche replica. Look at how beautiful this is. And it's so much better to do the replica just because I think these are going for $240,000, which is an absurd amount of pricing. I think it's not worth it. Let's look at the interior here. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get it from the other side. So hang tight, fellas. So continuing on, so this has a Boxer engine in it, and it was kind of they were unable to make this an actual antique car because I guess it was almost like a Frankenstein. You took like the Boxer engine, and I guess just kind of the way the car was put together, it did not qualify for an antique. Now it's possible that people could be getting junk titles and somehow getting the car on the road in any case, but the whole objective was to get this car on the road, no matter how you could do it. So even though this doesn't really qualify as an antique, it is absolutely beautiful and stunning to look at. You're still going to get the same level of attention as if this car wasn't considered an actual antique. Now let's get the interior. Oh, look at that beige leathers. This is kind of where the whole Euro exquisiteness and luxury comes in. Oh, look at that dash. See, it's just now. This is what I call exquisite. So, with the muscle cars, it's a different element. It's more about being menacing, about being imposing. But this just kind of looks more prestigious and exquisite. And that sticker actually does look sporty. So it does kind of change the element from kind of luxury to sport. But I'm going to pan back out here so you guys can take a look at this. But yeah, this is stunning. A beautiful piece of work, but definitely a money saver because you didn't have to deal with paying $240,000, which that's a lot of money. And you still have a beautiful car. The only negative is that, if you don't like attention, you don't want to get this car because you're going to get a lot of attention with this car. Beautiful ride.
And I'll take a look at the video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll have it. A few days I'll have it. So here's the IROC. So continue along here. Now I'm going to go back here. Ooh, look at this. Got a 1953. I don't know what you'd call this. This really wouldn't qualify as a rat, but it certainly has a menacingness of a rat. Look at this thing. Motorhead garage. Ooh, with the skull, man.
I just can't believe the two guys that had cash.
Look at this. Oh, yes. See, this is kind of what I love here. Let's go closer. I just go crazy for these old school fonts. So it's a Chevy. Just don't know what. 53 Chevy pickup. I don't know, but in any case, yeah, this is really fresh looking. Yeah, this is kind of perfect for my thumbnail there. From the front. God, this thing looks so freaking menacing looking. Doesn't have the whole like engine cover on it at all. You just got those lights there. It looks so nasty. Yeah, I definitely have a soft isn't the word. I don't want to use the word soft in conjunction with this because this thing is freaking hard. But man, what a sweet ride that is. Last shot, you got the wheels there, and then you got the engine. Yeah, just look at the horn there. I love that. That's kind of what I love about this. It makes such a huge difference is not having the cover on top of the engine like that. It makes a statement. Absolutely beautiful. Saying goodbye to that. I guess he called it a rat, so I'll call it a rat, but the owner was really cool owner. And man, it's impressive the knowledge base they have. Let's talk about this Camaro real quick and I'll go back to the rat. So you got a 69 Camaro over here. We're going to kind of move a little quicker. So I'm going to get the front of her and got the shot over here. And let's take a look. Yeah, black is just a menacing color in general. So let's kind of go over here. Pan in. Ooh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. You see that rat in the background. Just one other thing I want to mention. I was talking with the owner. He said something, definitely pretty pertinent. Two things. He said, it's funny. I was talking about how the car makes a statement. He's like, yeah, don't F with it, which is so true. But 2 points he made. One, you got to know how to drive it. So, if you're someone that's driven a lot of just regular passenger cars, modern cars that have all your creature comforts and your power steering, then then you really may not be ready for something like that, or you're gonna have to really pay close mind, because that car has a mind of its own. And yeah, it's definitely not a refined ride. It's something you're gonna have to really you're gonna have to know how to actually drive it. And then the second thing is, I think people take for granted what it takes to build a rat. So when you see a rat, usually it's a lot of work that goes into it. I mean, a lot of the cars are parts of the body are welded off and welded on, and smacking the engine on there, and then all the mods to make it what it is, to make a rat what it is. There's a lot of work that goes into that. So just want to make sure that no one takes that for granted. They got a green '68 Mustang. Look at that, very nice. Look, we'll have the green umbrella in the background there. That's kind of cool. Maybe good for a thumbnail right there. All right. Yeah, we'll get a little short of this also. Why not? I like how your window's not all the way down like that. That's kind of cool. Kind of your green interior. Ooh, that's neat. I just love this interior. I like this. Very nice. Wow. Check out this 1963 Valiant. Look at that beautiful cream color. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. And you have matching wheels on there too. Stunning. Let's look at the back. I just love the wagon, the Valiant wagon. Haven't seen that yet. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, wow, look at this. 1949 Ford Custom. Oh, look at that. Look at that paint job on this. Wow. Oh, that is mean. Oh. Yeah, I love the flame action on this. Man. Oh, that is lovely. Let's kind of keep going around here and get the back of this. Yeah, beautiful design work. I just love how creative the owners are with their design here. Look at that. Look at that flame action there. Very different from, it's a little subtle in the back, and in the front it's more extravagant. And I love like the parallel, like the horizontal lights there. So next, ooh, look at this. 64 International Harvester. I've seen a number of Internationals here, and this is not a very common truck at all. But that is nice. Look at that. Ooh, look at this. The Z28 from back in my day. I'm guessing late 80s, early 90s. I couldn't find it on the info because I was lazy or whatever, but look at ooh, it's kind of plush interior. Oh yes, look at that interior. Wow. Again, this is pure nostalgia for me. Pure nostalgia. So this is a 1982. I thought it was late 80s, early 90s, so I'm still struggling. I should know, because this is kind of back in my day, but this is an 82. And I guess these are the kind of lights you had in 82. Lovely. 91 Pontiac Firebird. Looks beautiful in blue, doesn't it? Look at that. Let's kind of get. All right, we're gonna pick it up a little bit now.
I'm really into that sound, but it's like kind of more look, but it's kind of like
Look at that. Yep, you got the Chevelle over there. Let's check this out real quick. So check out this 1968 Ford F-250. Look at the color. Oh, look at that grille. I love how the white blends in with the turquoise. That is stunning. It's amazing how much the color makes such a huge difference. It does. It makes a huge difference in this. So this light blue, and then you have the white accents on there too, and then the white wheels. It makes such a huge difference in this, and it makes, really makes the aesthetic stand out. Ooh, look at that bed. Man, this is in good shape. Look at this. Let's check out the interior. Oh, see, I love this. See, you kind of, it's pretty much the chassis. So, you still have the matching color elements on the chassis and the upholstery. Also, you got the white, you're maintaining your white and blue accents. Oh, I love that white dash. So yeah, this is a really exquisite, really nice interior. Oh, no, this is what I love. You have a 79 Jeep Renegade, and right next to that, you have an 89. It's funny, at first I thought they looked very, very similar. They don't see much change. So I guess that's the thing, Jeep itself already has like unique shape, so it's like, why change it that much? I mean, I guess some obvious differences are the lights. On the 79, you got the circular lights, and you have more exaggerated, wheel hubs there. And then if you look at the 89, you know, it's a little more squared off. Yeah, the lights are squared off. And yeah, it's so you could see some differences, subtle differences in there. I think Jeep people will probably be able to pick out differences a lot better than me. Just you know, kind of layman on this. But anyway, cool to see these two Jeeps. Ooh, look at that Cadillac! Wow. This a Fleetwood?
Yeah, they went up. Well, I walked past.
That's a nice Cadillac. Look at that 72 Blazer. Now that is a nice patina on this. It's not quite, I guess it is like a faded black. Yeah, there's something about this that's catchy for me. I don't know what it is. It just, and it's like a little bit, yeah, the front is a little bit different from the back. So I don't know if they do something with this. I don't know, but this is cool. There's something catchy about this Blazer. All right. Look at this. You got a Lincoln. You got a Cadillac and a Lincoln right next to each other. So I'm just gonna get these real quick. I don't know if I got these two or not already. But they look gorgeous right next to each other like that. I love that. That is so hot. So this is for you Chevy fans. That is cool though. Look at that. See if I can zoom in on this. Rebel of the road. Old Chevys never die. Very nice. Oh. In case anyone is wondering what badassery looks like, this is it. Look at this. What the hell, my God. Oh my Lord. We just. Oh man. Yeah. I don't really have any comments for this except this is pure badassery. That's what this is. 75.
I owned one of these, but it wasn't a Grand Am. It's a nice four-door pickup.
Look at those wheels. So I told myself I wasn't going to come back here. I was going to stick to the hill, but this thing, the front was kind of peeping out, so I thought I'd get a look, and I'm not disappointed. What a nice Grand Am. And actually, I just kind of cut myself off. I wanted to continue my thoughts on this. So, you know, I've seen a lot of like the really older and newer Pontiacs. I haven't seen too many of the ones in the 70s like this, quite like this. It's kind of weird because this is not going to be. So Pontiac fans, don't get pissed off. I was going to say the front has Pinto vibes to it a little bit. And I think it's just because that's just a similar design element from cars, you know, in the 70s. All across the auto manufacturers. I think they probably shared a lot of the design elements. That's just one you see there. But this is so cool to see. It's just, I don't see too many of these. This style of Pontiac. And look at the venting you have, you know, on the towards just the side of the roof there. Ooh, see, I love these elongated rears. Look at that. So just, yeah, a little kind of a bit of a needle in a haystack here. Just I don't see too many of these style Pontiacs. So good to see. Sorry, I have a thing for the bikes and what this is. Yeah, you know, like I said, you know, you guys have to appreciate when you go to the fleet markets, you're gonna start looking at every little thing. But in any case, these are some cool looking bikes. Look at that. Let's keep rolling. Yeah, those are some nice bikes. This one, I kind of like this one. I love it with the, you know, with the decals and the flag on there. That is so nice. What the? Oh man. So nice setup here. All right, let's get back to the cars now. Check out this Buick. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So it's got a Vortec engine in, I think you said. But look at this. Oh man. Ooh. So this is, yeah. See, I'm just such a sucker for patina. And look at the design elements. See, again, anytime I see like a 50s car, I just immediately think Bel Air or even Fairlane. And it's funny that paneling kind of has a similar design element to a Fairlane, but you know, it's definitely not a Fairlane, it's a Buick. So I just, you know, yeah, GM representing. Look at this. Oh, look at the back of this. So yeah, this is really hot. What a nice find. Look at this here. You got the Vortec motor on here. So this is all part of a company called Rebel of the Road. So you definitely want to look them up. Now, they're selling a lot of different parts and everything. So, you know, I would say definitely look up Rebel of the Road if you can. Let me step back down. I'm going to get more of this engine here. But, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about Rebel of the Road once I get down here. So the lovely owner's name is Marty Stegan. Here you go. And there's a number. But, yeah, the company is Rebel of the Road. Oh, that's a really beautiful shot. Look at this shot of this Buick. But yeah, so the company is Rebel of the Road. You want to look them up, definitely. Again, a lot of nice good things, parts and accessories that are being sold that you could use. Yeah, Rebel of the Road. And again, definitely want to come out to these events, and you know, definitely support guys like this. I mean, just having this sexy Buick, you know, you definitely want to come out here, look at these cool cars, and you know, definitely support these support the company and support the vendors. I know I've said this multiple times, but that is Rebel of the Road, and that is one beautiful Buick over there. So let's continue on. Yeah, there's some really nice people here. And you know, before oh, look at that. Is that a Studebaker? Is that a Studebaker? Look at, oh my God, look at the shape of that. Look at the orange and the, oh God, I'm in love. Oh. Yes, it is a Studebaker. Oh, look at this. My God. 1955 Studebaker. So, you know, it's funny. Whenever I think 1955, I think Marty McFly. I think Back to the Future. I think him inadvertently going back to 1955. I wonder if he saw any Studebakers back then. But wow, what a beautiful, stunning car. I think Studebakers are probably one of my favorite classics. Oh, look at the rear of that. Wow. Oh God, I love that orange and that kind of dark, like light gray or whatever. Ooh, look at this interior, so plush. Look at how plush those seats are. And even look at the plushness on the doors, on the side of the doors. And oh yes, so Studebaker-esque. So check out this absolutely beautiful 1955 Studebaker. Absolutely gorgeous. And just one little bit of history. You know, when Walter Chrysler, you know, was trying to, you know, he was trying to rescue he was basically called upon to rescue a lot of the companies. He was called upon to rescue the Willys, in the Willys company, and also the what do you call the Maxwell company. But he had 3 engineers that I believe were from Studebaker, and they were, I think they were the ones that built the Chrysler 6. So basically, Walter Chrysler was called upon to rescue the Maxwell Corporation, and he built a car called the Chrysler 6. And there's a whole story behind it, how they couldn't get it in the New York Auto Show because it was a prototype. But then, you know, he scrambled around and got a showroom of its own, and he was able to go ahead and rescue the Maxwell company, and it got changed to the Chrysler company. So yeah, so there was 3 engineers from Studebaker that were working for Chrysler at the time. But anyway, look at this gorgeous Studebaker. Oh, now this is what I call car porn. Classic car porn. You got the old Dodge, that patina there. Oh, look at that. Hey man, how you doing? Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Then you have a power wagon. Then you have a clean power wagon. So you got the patina and the clean right next to each other. Oh yes, look at this. Yeah, I just love seeing these. I think maybe I'm just a Mopar fan. Maybe that's what it is. Because don't get me wrong, I love the Chevys and the Fords. Look at those wheels. I do love the Chevys and the Fords, but just, I don't know why. I think it's just because I saw so many. There's a cabin. Wow, look at that. The badging, I just love the bronze colored badging up against a dark green. So aesthetically, look at this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I guess I just have a bit of a, you know, I'll just have a bit of a preference. I'm starting to find that I have a bit of a preference for the, you know, Mopar trucks. And again, just because my impersonation of them, or my I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't see them as commonly, although there definitely are more common at this show here. Now let me pan over here. Look at this. Oh yes, you gotta love the patina action. Let's kind of go. Let's look at the cab here. Oh yes, look at that. See, you gotta appreciate. You have to appreciate, you know, totally raw and gutted up, you know, Dodge here. So you can appreciate old and unresto and resto together. But yeah, it's just, definitely there's definitely a lot more Dodges and Mopar representation here. But anyway, 2 awesome trucks. So check out this 2001 Trans Am. Just look at how retro the dash looks. So it's cool. You can kind of see how, you know, it's become more streamlined than the cars of the 70s and even the 80s. So here's this 2001 Trans Am. I guessed 97. That was my guess in my mind. So again, I guess I'm just trying to better, you know, mentally dial in what the years are. So it's funny, you still have the aggressive hood, but it's just more streamlined. But nice Trans Am. So check out this 1973 Buick Wildcat. Look at the color. Look at that color, and then look at the design. Look at the paneling on this. Wow. Man, so I got totally engrossed in conversation, so I just learned a whole bunch of history. But anyway, first I'm going to talk about this beautiful Buick Wildcat. So this is, let me read that, I don't know what the year it is. 63. This is a 63 Buick Wildcat, and this is the only year where you have all these options available. So let me go. I just love that. That's kind of where you don't have any badging on there, but still, that's cool how you have that, you know, that metal piece there right in between the two rear seats. Oh, look at that dash. Look at, oh my goodness, so exquisite. I love the, see, I just love the attention to detail. Like, I love how you kind of have like that kind of bronzest, you know, the bronzest inside the you know, kind of in the gauges, I can't even think. And that's my favorite part, as you guys already know. Just, you have the badge right on where the glove compartment would be. Oh, that is so beautiful. So right behind me is this beautiful Buick Wildcat, but I guess what I wanted to talk about was, the owner came over and then someone else came over and we just started talking a whole bunch of history. I didn't even know that, I guess Cadillac bought Lincoln. And then, you know, so actually, and he was saying that actually Lincolns were actually better cars than Cadillacs. I don't know that for sure. That's just what we were discussing. And we talked about, you know, Henry Ford and how he's breaking bread with Hitler. It got pretty crazy. So the conversation got really nuts. I'm going to pan over this way in case they want to go over. I'm going to pan back. But anyway, that's what's so cool about coming to these events. You get to talk to people and you learn so much. And just so many little bits about history and everything. But yeah, this is they were made a lot of Buick Wildcats, a number of them, but this is the only car of its kind in this year, basically. And the owner was talking about how much retooling there was, and again, that kind of goes to, there's so much variation with all these cars, and it's almost like it's just a totally different mindset. Well, now you have like, it's now more about efficiency, interchangeable parts, which is understandable, but you kind of lose the soul, for lack of a better term, that the classic cars had. Oh, look at that pickup now. Oh, that's a gorgeous pickup. So you got a Chevy Hydra-Matic 3600. I don't think I've ever seen any of these before. I've seen 3100s. I think I even seen 3200s, maybe at Run to the Sun event, but let's get a closer look. Yeah, Chevy Hydra-Matic 3600. No, I don't recall ever seeing this before. I just can't believe how many, you know, how many cars that are here that I've just never seen before. And I have been to a number of events already. Yeah, I just look at that font. I just love that old school font there. And what a beautiful flatbed there. I have to call it a bed, not a flatbed. But anyway, the Chevy 3600. I want to find out what year this is. So this isn't the original color. The original color is a darker blue, a darker blue. But yeah, this is the I think it was a 53. Did he say? But yeah, I think it's a 53. But yeah, this is, oh, what a beautiful truck. So just doing a general pan of what we covered. A little hard to see, you know, up the top of that hill. But if you, now you can see, we have covered a lot of ground in a very short amount of time. So very happy about that. And it's probably because, you know, you have a lot of other, you know, just regular cars, and just I try to focus more just on the classics and on the cars and also on the bikes too. We're gonna kind of go up this path over here. So anyway, yeah, let's keep rolling. Okay, so I think this is part of a 55 here. Oh, that's cool looking toe there. Yeah, just so many things I would not have ever looked at before. Well, that's a really nice shot with the American flag back there. Look at that. Beautiful. And even part of that chain. This will be a cool, perfect thumbnail. Why not? See, now this is what I love about car events. You got a 1953 truck here, right next to a Volkswagen. Look at this. 1991 Volkswagen, I guess a Golf. I think it's a Cabrio. Look at that. That is so cool. Let's get a close look at this Golf. I don't think I've ever seen a patina Golf before. No, I might have seen one before, but look at this. Is beautiful. I love the maroon. Love the maroon color. Oh, wow. God, look at that dash. I just love the retro dashes. Let me pan back out now. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. This is a nice looking Cabrio. Wow. Sweet. So this is the Ford F100. I kind of stumbled there, but what I was saying was it's so cool. Let me kind of pan in here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that, man. See, I just love how you don't have any of the plastic. You just have the chassis, and you know, so you appreciate the color of the chassis inside the cabin of the car. Man, talk about Christine vibes. My God, I mean, it's not a Plymouth Fury. It's a 57 Business Coupe you got here. But tell me you don't get Christine vibes. And you got twins here, look at this. You got the 56 too. 56 Chevy. I get double Christine vibes from this. I mean, again, not a Plymouth Fury, but just the way these cars look. Oh, look at this too. Man, this is so cool. Oh, wow. I want to get closer to that. I think I'm getting possessed by this car. I can feel myself turning into Arnie Cunningham. And yes, guys, I watched too many movies. Too many movies from the 80s and 90s. Oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Look at this. But if you guys haven't seen that movie, Christine, I highly recommend watching it because it is about like a young nerd who gets bullied and he's disrespected, and he finds this car, this beat up old car, and right when he sees it, he gets pretty much possessed. And the movie is pretty much about how he just starts to fall in love with the car, and his whole personality changes and he becomes like kind of crazy. And anyway, so it's kind of, did I get this already? I'm going to get it again. Why not? So in here, no, that's the other interior. Look at that. And continuing my Christine spiel here, there's a scene in the movie where one of the bullies goes, the guy's name is Arnie Cunningham, and one of the bully goes, "Hey, is that Cunningham's car?" So that was a very noteworthy quote from that movie. But anyway, so this is a really good shot here. But this is the other side of that hill, and there's just so much here that I'm just not going to capture. But I don't see too many cars. I want to probably stick to the other side of this hill basically to get more coverage. Anyway, let's keep moving. So we talked about these those two Chevys over there, but this is kind of what I focus on. You got some really good parts over here. You got a Ford fender, is that a Chevy fender? But you got a lot of good parts over here, and they're located very close to where those two old school like matte black I guess those Chevys are over there. But in any case, you have a lot of good equipment here. So again, this is kind of why you want to come out to Spring Carlisle, so you can appreciate and maybe even find something you like here. So all this stuff over here is for sale. So again, just trying to give a shout out. Yeah, you can see the gentleman kind of far away. I hope you don't mind if I pan on him a little bit. So that's my man right there. Really cool guy. I was talking to him a little bit. He's got all the stuff here. So again, just a lot of good stuff here. That who knows, it might find a home with you. You never know. So definitely come on out here. So yeah, all right. And Mike back there, he is hardcore. So I think he told me the story about how like he had an older car and some idiot went on the hood of his car, and he was saying like he just flipped out and said, "You better get the F off my car." And I'm thinking like that's kind of common etiquette anyway. You would never even lean on someone's car, let alone like get on the hood of a car. So I don't know what kind of friend my man Mike had there, but he was right to be ticked off. But cool guy. You want to check out his stuff right by those on the other side of the hill. So anyway, yeah, let's keep rolling. Look at this van here. Ooh, sorry, van. Oh, that Ford, look at that, man.